thoughts of you were sinking. Point stands, but I'm still overthinking. You know you don't really call me like you used to, but I know you try. But I've heard you've been here before. But I won't stay the same. It's just what I'm used to. Some things don't ever change. I know it's me and you, but I don't stay the same. I'm just adjusting to. Some things don't change, but I'm designed to be held on to.
Need to turn the mic on when I'm singing. It's just
All they're going to hear is turn a mic on when I'm singing. The beginning part was cut off, and that's great.
Well,
So all you heard was turn the mic on when I'm singing.
the opposite of that. If you heard the tone, you knew it was the opposite.
You've got tone.
I do.
You do, but I like the way you sing.
Oh, thanks.
I've always thought that. I mean, we play rock band, and like you hit 100% all the time.
I don't think it's because I can sing well.
Well, you're hitting all the notes.
I don't think that's true either.
That's literally the game.
I don't think that's right either.
Wow. You must be a flat earther then.
I mean, just kidding.
I mean, there is evidence.
What are you doing?
What?
You're already drinking beer? Haven't even started yet? Happy Friday!
My bad.
It's a weird Friday because it's like no one's actually working today. Everyone's
Sort
kind of
of.
had the day off, it feels like.
Unless you had, I mean, you know, there are people that work retail.
They're still living in their terrible hell right now. if they
Yeah,
work
I'm sitting there
retail.
like,
They're not here.
there's a lot of people. Yeah, still working.
I agree, but I'm just saying the amount of people that I called today and nobody answered, it
Well,
felt like nobody was working.
Nobody else obviously doesn't want to do an audit on day after either.
They just weren't answering
Why
at
is my
all.
light flickering? There, stop that.
I don't know.
Stop that. This ain't no disco.
Well, let's start off this Friday like we start every Friday
Oh, okay.
on this show, not just in general.
All right.
Salud.
Se va. Go for it. We made it. We made it to another Friday.
It's a weird week.
Yeah. It's almost like borderline empty nest.
Yes. Yes, it was.
So,
It's like the reality of that.
oh yeah, of what's to come.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited for. Because it's quiet.
Oh, I don't know. I grew up in the house with way too many people all the time. I don't
I did too.
understand quiet.
I grew up in a... I understand it because I never had it. So I'm like,
Oh,
yes,
man.
I love it.
I've never had it, and I don't think I like it. It's too quiet.
No, I like it.
I mean, I was almost waiting for Zombie Dog to come back and make a noise. Like, I'm like, somebody do something.
Well, I had a leaf blower guy out there, so that was
Oh,
fine.
Lucky. Just kidding.
Leaf blower guy.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it's time to chat again. We're making it through again. Sponsor Elever Consulting. Make
Yes.
sure and check them out. eleverconsulting.com. Amazing human being. Helps you with, life skills and real stuff. So just check it out. eleverconsulting.com.
Hope she's enjoying Hawaii.
Oh, she isn't. I think she is in Hawaii.
Yeah.
She might be at this moment. I think she took it this weekend,
Yeah.
right? So, yeah.
Not saying I'm jealous of Hawaii, but
She'll
I want to be there.
I'm not jealous of Hawaii.
Why?
I mean, one of the islands.
We're
Come
on
on.
fire every year. Our
was,
whole state.
This was a little different.
I'm just saying.
A little different.
I was just a little.
That's
It's a
California has
portion.
castles too.
No, that's not the same whatsoever. I'm just saying there's so much of Hawaii that didn't get injured. There's so much still prettiness. Even on the island that was burned, there's still beautifulness. It's more gorgeous than what we got right now.
Prettiness and beautifulness.
Yes, all the nesses. All the nesses.
Oh, well, check out eleverconsulting.com
Yes.
for a free consultation.
.com.
.com. All right.
Did you find a new giveaway question?
No, I thought that was your job.
No, it's not.
Okay, so here's what's going on. And I think it's amazing because how do I say this? We love our viewers, right? And our listeners. but most of y'all suck when it comes to answering questions. We have like the queen of trivia, Urel. So big shout out to Urel and Yaya's Embroidery.
Yes.
Please check out Yaya's Embroidery. I will put that company in the links because they do. I mean, they did that shirt right there. They've done a lot of stuff for us. They did our anniversary shirts.
Yeah.
They did, she's amazing. I think it's
is amazing.
one man team.
Even Mariah's, even our daughters bought stuff from her for like birthday presents for people.
Yeah, and really cost effective, really quick.
Yeah,
really a great communication. So I think from here out, since she's just the only one answering our trivia questions, we're just gonna basically give her a shout out every week.
Yeah.
So we have to come up with another giveaway question. I thought that was on you.
I have never. Last time Valerie made one up.
I came up with everything else.
That's fair. You did. I didn't know I was supposed to. Give me like 5 minutes and I will think
All
of
right.
one.
All right. So giveaway question
Or
is
just text me when I'll use
coming. Yes. Or put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Send us a text
Yes.
on socials. What do you mean?
I don't remember what we talked about last week.
The question?
No. Like, what did we talk about in the whole show last week?
Yeah, as soon as a show like
It's over.
is halfway through, she forgot about it.
Halfway.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah,
I'm out.
Fair. I'm not out. I just don't remember what we talked about.
Right.
It's not out. I'm still involved in the conversation.
Just
don't ask me what we talked about.
Yeah, what did we talk about 5 minutes ago? I don't know. Wasn't listening.
So real on this show.
So
It's rude.
all right. So so we'll get a question up there pretty quick, but first,
Oh, can I push it? Good thing.
so good. All right, so good thing. How many you got?
Technically, I have 3.
Oh, I only have like kind of one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mariah was here all week, and that's always fun. I mean, I enjoyed Mariah being here. We barely saw her, but I enjoy her being
she's been here all week and we don't see her.
No, she still pops out and has conversations and eats my food and
She
tells
comes
me
by,
it's tasty.
It says hi, and then
Oh, I think went weird.
yeah, these monitors went weird.
No, because my phone did too.
Oh,
It went doop.
what is happening?
The internet's down. Just kidding. So that was my one good thing. And since you only have one, I'll go one more. Parents, we did it. We didn't have a kid this week, so ours was different. But you guys have survived the entire week with your kids at home this week, and it's just prepping you for winter break. So good job.
Yeah, that's a rough
And
one.
good job, kids.
No.
Yeah, they made it out
Go
alive.
play outside.
Some of them
you know?
probably did.
I hope they did.
At least 4.
I hope they did. Instead of just sitting across from me, because I was sitting here, I was doing something,
You're being rude.
and I was looking at. So they made noodles. This was Mariah and her boyfriend made noodles, and they sat across from each other and ate their noodles and stared at their phone.
Yes.
No conversation at all.
But to be fair, they've been hanging out all day. Like there was nothing left to say.
But even
Just
if
kidding.
at the beginning of the day, they just, maybe it's just in front of us.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They talk all the time.
That's what I'm hoping.
They do. I mean, I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Was that your good thing?
Maybe it's just me. The eating noodles?
I don't
No. Good thing was we went and saw Ambiverse last Saturday.
Yeah.
And got to hang out with my good buddy Will Jones.
That was very fun.
It was a great experience because he's, as all of us, we go through seasons in our lives, right? And there have been seasons in his life where he wasn't doing well.
Yeah.
Right. And he wouldn't express that to a lot of people, but he would express it to his close adjacent friends, whatever. I mean, I've known him for it's probably been, it's been like 9 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 9 years. And there's been some ups and downs in his life, ups and downs in my life, those kind of things. But we don't really hang out together very often.
Right.
I think the last time was like 2019,
Dang.
2018.
What was that for? Expo?
No, it was when we saw Brick House.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Dang.
He came out and
It's been a minute.
and had some drinks and saw some live music.
Yeah.
So he's a live music guy. He, So I invited him to come out to see Ambiverse. He seemed to have a blast because, man, he was
fired.
He was fired up, and in a very, 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 very good way.
Yes.
Very positive, very excited. It was a really great moment. We didn't feel very well. That's
No,
a
I
whole
was
nother conversation.
Completely not good.
But yeah. But really, it was really nice to hang out with him because I like hanging out with Will like one-on-one.
Yeah.
It's a whole different experience with him.
Yes.
You know, if it's a group of people, he could be a little quiet.
Yeah.
Even though his voice is like the loudest voice
He's so loud
in the room,
Yes.
no matter where he is. And
It's
if you guys,
booming.
yeah, and if any of you came to my shindig,
For your birthday.
yeah, for my 50th, you met Will. He was there.
Yeah.
He's just big voice and
Yeah.
not a small guy. He's
No.
he's a pretty thick guy, and yeah, wonderful human being. And it was really, really cool to catch up with what he's doing, his passions, all of his. He was very passionate about everything.
I mean, he's been in Sacramento like his whole life, I think.
Yeah.
I think he took a break to go do the military stuff. But other than that, he knows like every good place to eat within the Sacramento region.
And strong opinions about it.
Yes. And he has like, I feel like he has a checklist in his head of like what makes a really good whatever you're eating and the reason why it's good. And
Yeah.
this is the reason why you should go there.
And I think it's amazing.
So
we
if
had a
you're
whole-
looking for restaurant ideas, I mean,
Yeah.
and he's like
In
hole
Sacramento.
in the wall restaurant places, not necessarily like the big fancy
Right.
bougie places.
Right, because I feel like if you're going to the bougie places and you're spending $100 for a plate, your expectations are way higher.
And you're so hungry. By
Right.
the time you're done, I'm just mad.
Yeah, so
Maybe $100 for a slice of fish, man.
no,
Ridiculous.
but yeah, it was a really good experience. We had a Reuben. Him and I both had a Reuben because I was like, I didn't know they had Reubens here. It was a Rock and Soul.
Yeah.
It will put them in a shout out, but yeah, that was a great experience. Ambiverse killed it.
They were really good.
They were really good. The only what's his name? Starts with a C. The guitarist.
Oh, I don't know.
Gosh darn it.
Guitar guy?
Guitarist. He plays like an old SG. Not an old SG, but like an SG Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the classic guitar from like AC/DC. But he was jumping around. He's not a short guy. He's jumping around so
but
high.
The
And
ceilings were short.
the venues were where the ceiling was so short. I was like, you gotta calm down,
Dude,
bro.
he was hecka close. I mean, I could jump up and touch the ceiling.
Yes.
The way he was jumping, I was like, tuck your head.
Seriously.
Oh, man.
But it was super fun, super energetic, and every time that we've seen them live, I think they were seen them live only twice, right? 3 times.
You have to be at least 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I've only seen him like 2
Right.
or 3.
Yeah, but every time they're just getting like exponentially better on live. Now their recorded stuff is amazing. Like their albums that are on Spotify and their music videos are hilarious. I think they're great.
Yeah.
It's a little bit tamer type of music than I wouldn't put it on my rotation.
Right.
It wouldn't be like, oh, I like this kind of song. But it's getting so good. It's always been good, but it's just tight production, tight sounding, and now their live stuff is starting to catch up to that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we kind of had a discussion. I talked to Chris, the singer. He's a bass guitar player.
Yeah.
That's how we met him. He wasn't a singer, so he spent like the last 2 years like starting to sing. So I was like, oh, it was amazing to see. Loved watching it. I cannot. If you're in the Sacramento area and they're playing,
Let's go.
go see him. We'll go with you.
Yeah. All right. What was my last one? Oh, my last one. I took an entire day off yesterday.
Totally did.
Like I woke up, I didn't even look at my computer. I went downstairs and I watched football all day. Had a beer midday, ate some chips, watched more football. Now it was a disappointing day at football. I'll be honest. It was bad. I was mad for a lot of reasons.
For certain teams.
It was for the sport of football. It was for a day of like it's supposed to be a good foot. It's like watching the Super Bowl and it's like 48-1. You know what I mean?
Which was one of the games.
It just
Wasn't
sucks.
it? What was the game that was like that?
I mean,
Which game was that?
the Seahawks was bad. The Lions game was bad. The Cowboys game. It was just bad.
It was rough.
It's like everyone just got massacred.
Well, it just I just felt like certain teams forgot how to play football.
Friggin' Lions. I was like, QB, what's going on with you? He
They have-
forgot how to throw the ball.
No, he was lobbing stuff.
It was
the
so
hikes,
bad.
even the hikes were bad.
Yeah.
I was like sitting there going, they're literally they have one of the best records besides the Eagles
That's right.
in the NFL.
Yes.
Like one of the best.
Yes. And they were playing like they were freaking high school.
Yeah, it was seriously, they were
So
worse than high school. They were dropping stuff.
That was rough to watch.
It was-
I watched almost all 3 entire games, but the Seahawks just let me down so bad I had to turn off early. I was like, can't do it anymore.
That got sad.
Woo!
It's just like they forgot how to play football also.
Yeah.
We're talking like their star receivers, their star corners.
Everyone just I don't know.
Could not. They
No.
beat, and again, Detroit beat themselves,
Yeah.
and Seahawks beat themselves.
Yeah.
Not that the 49ers are a bad team. They're pretty equal when it comes to talent and record right now with the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But 49ers remembered how to play football.
Right.
Seahawks go, where are we at?
What's football?
Who are we?
They did so bad. What's the coach's name for Seahawks? I forgot his name. Nope. What's his name?
I'm going to let you.
I'm not gonna
bring
say
this
it. I'm
up.
gonna move
Okay,
on.
then move on.
Okay. He got so mad he threw his gum. I was like, he's
He
like
did.
the most chill dude out there. You guys
He
made
is.
him throw his gum.
He's so old, too. He's
Yes.
one of the oldest.
That's like he basically said F you guys. That was the same symbol as throwing his gum. Anyways, I enjoyed the day off to do nothing.
Multiple people were very proud of you.
Oh, thanks guys.
Bailey and Ryan were very proud of you for taking a day off because you are available too often for
I agree.
the people that you work with. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Whole
really
day.
nice. I mean, I woke up, she was already on the couch watching football, and I'm like,
Yes.
yes, this is what it's supposed to be about.
I even slept in. I slept until 8:00.
Yep.
Watch out.
I was
Crazy. Who's this person?
Yeah, I came down about 10:30.
Still early for you.
No, 9 is early for me. 10:30 is about right.
7's early for you.
7's gross.
Hi, Urel.
Hello, Urel. I hope if you just tuned in, Urel, we did just give you a big shout out because of
You got the question right.
you keep getting the question right, and the rest of the people that listen to this show or watch the show are slackers. So we gave you a shout out, and we're just gonna keep doing that because you keep getting things correct. So Yaya's embroidery, please check it out on all the socials.
Yes.
I will put it in the description for sure.
Yes. And she always does really good giveaways. Like you go in
Oh,
and like you follow or do whatever she says, or she does like the thing where you buy like slots and then she does the spinny thing and then you can win.
I think she has a beanie
I know.
promo on right now, like a 125 or something
I almost
like that.
want to order my whole family beanies
Yeah.
from Urel.
Yeah, I saw
But I
that.
have to figure. I don't know what to put on it yet. That's the only reason I haven't done it.
You could put what's his name? Freaking Max.
Oh, the Goofy Kid,
No, not the Goofy Kid, but who was the star?
Max.
Yeah, but he was called something.
Where's Becca?
Powerhouse, Power.
I don't remember what it was. I could, but we've already done that theme. Like that was the shirt theme.
Well, but that was the only time you guys actually did a reunion.
We do reunions all the time.
So it'd be like a callback to that. I think
Yeah.
that would be super rad.
I gotta figure out something else.
All right, I just think it'd be cool.
But I won't. But I think in our family we can all fit our heads in. We have giant heads in our family, but beanies we can all do.
You might need like the Rastafarian.
We do
one.
not.
No, but
They're talking about for my braids.
yeah, look at. I mean,
They're talking
a
about my big head.
standard
Listen,
beanie would not.
but the best
hold
way to
your
hair a
braids.
beanie is like braids down, and then if you do
That
it
is so
the other way,
true.
it looks odd.
But
You
then
look like,
the,
a peanut head.
But if you do it like that without, you look like Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Which I've done.
Yes.
All right, let's rant it up. You ready?
Oh, sure. You got to.
Rant of the week. Rant of the week.
Rant of the week.
Become my rant.
It was,
I tried to push the button. It wasn't listening.
oh,
So
well,
fix the button, homie.
I could upgrade again. Upgrade our system all, do a whole.
Yeah, as long as you do it for
flush
$0,
yeah,
do you?
it's not going to happen. $0 does not happen
Oh, okay.
for
Just
anything.
wondering.
How many you got? I got 2.
Me too.
All right. Who do you want to go with?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I wrote these down this week so I wouldn't forget. But it's kind of and did I already talk about this? Maybe. Why?
Probably. It'd be,
I'm
rant
ranting
of
it
the week,
again.
part 2.
Again.
Rant 2, part.
Did I already talk
whatever.
about pictures? Did I do this last week?
I have no idea. Pictures.
AI pictures. Did we talk about this last week?
I have no idea.
Why does everyone's pictures have to be perfect? To the point
Oh.
now where like the phone, you're like, pick the best picture, pick the best face of whoever had it, and then fix the picture.
I think you talked about that because we were talking about the new Pixel 8.
I did.
No,
Okay.
that's fine. Rant about it.
Oh wait, then I have 3. Ignore that one. Next one.
Holy cow. All right.
Why is it so hard to cancel subscriptions? They make it so easy when you sign up and then you go to unsubscribe and they're like, what do you mean you have a subscription? I'm like, well, you told me I have one and I want to cancel it. Who are you? Well, I logged in, so here I am. We don't know who you are, but you have my money. You do. Your subscription's about to renew in 3 days. I'd like to cancel that subscription. What subscription? Don't F with me right now. I can't do this with you.
Thank you, Metaverse. And you're
Yeah.
probably listening to
I
this.
know.
But thank you for, right. Thank you, Metaverse, for making it so difficult to cancel any
Oh
type
my
of subscription
gosh.
or reoccurring payment.
That
to you.
was like, I felt like I was losing my mind. Like to log in, it says your subscription's renewing in 4 days. I did again. And I say, okay, well, I want to cancel a subscription. And it says, what subscription? And I'm like, but what do you mean, what subscription? This one that's in my system. You don't have a login. But I'm logged in. Well, you don't have this login. Okay, then I'll make this login. What subscription? Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. I can't do
So
it.
what in the past, here's what happens. I mean, if you're in a household, it happens to you all of the time. If you have multiple people in the house, somebody subscribes to something, it's under a joint account or somebody else's account, or they're
That's
logged in. So realistically, it was the Oculus,
Yeah.
and you didn't know your Facebook login at the time, from what I remember. So I was just like, I know mine. So just log into mine so you can buy the thing. This is before like Metaverse was
Existed.
Well, no,
Was
it was
the-
before it
yeah.
was done,
Right.
right? Before it was complete. It was just an idea, I think. So in order for us to cancel this subscription, I had to go to Meta, create an account through Meta using my Facebook, which is already Meta, right? So I created an account. So as soon as I created an account, this was what, yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday. Once I created the account, I had a subscription on it that we've been paying for 2 years.
It's got to be. Or maybe
Right?
3.
Yeah. So I was like, I'd like to cancel this one. So it wasn't easy even for me, because
Right.
creating a Meta account is like, I don't want to exaggerate. I want to say 37 steps, but it's about 13 steps.
And
It
the
was
issue-
rough.
I had to create a Meta account for them to tell me that I don't have any subscriptions, and I was like, well, then I don't want this anymore. Like, delete the Meta. But now I'm like, so if I'm deleting Meta, am I deleting Facebook and Instagram at this
Maybe.
point? I know, that's why I didn't do it, because I don't
Yeah.
know what to do.
But it's also linked to some other weird things.
Yeah,
Did you
I
notice?
just don't
They're
like
like, no, it's kind of like saying I agree to iTunes.
Right. The whole list.
Do you agree to this 3,500 page contract?
Sure.
Well, if I want to listen to
I don't
music,
wanna
I gotta
read
say
it.
yes.
I know.
So, and they goes, "Are you sure?" I guess I am.
I know.
Yeah, that was Meta for me yesterday.
Yeah.
It was easily 13 steps
Yeah.
to get there, to create an account that I already have.
Yes.
But ironically, I already have the account, obviously, because you were linked to the account and charging me for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So I already obviously had an account, but I had to create another one,
Yes.
which encompassed that one. But now I'm probably subscribed to 7 other services
And
that I
then-
don't want.
And then I met, so you before, and it's probably not good like IT sense to have your Facebook and your Instagram passwords be the same, but they were, right? So because otherwise, how do I remember all these passwords? So it got messed up. So now they're different. I don't know which one either is. I don't know how to log into anything anymore. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes.
gonna be
Don't
rough.
let something log me out. I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Canceling subscriptions. Yeah, that
yeah,
was
that
my
was
rant
too
this
much.
week. All right. Next, what do you got?
Mine is Kind of similar, not really. How come in different countries you can't watch other countries' stuff? I'm, and I know why, because it's literally money.
Right.
It's literally money.
Yeah.
Because the internet, every address starts with www.
Yes.
And it's World Wide Web.
Yes.
Correct. So, well, welcome.
Hey, baby.
Hi, late to the party. That's okay. That when you're late,
We
that means
were
you have to
too.
stay at the end. We were a couple minutes late. Yeah, for sure. So World Wide Web. But if I want to watch something that's in Britain, that's been my normal thing. Like they have some of the best news shows that are just comedy or quiz shows that really don't give away money. They just do it for fun, and it's hilarious, and they have amazing. Who's the guy we were watching? Not Aoki, because Richard Aoki is.
They want Dave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is his name Dave?
That's what the channel
cleaner?
is.
No, the cleaner.
Oh, it is Dave, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think his name actually is Dave.
Different Dave. But there's some comedians from there that are in TV shows and go on these talk shows and all that kind of stuff. Now you can get the talk shows pretty easily on YouTube through the channel, but the actual shows that they're talking about, you can't even watch them.
Right.
So half the time, I'm pushing buttons because I'm excited. Half the time I'm watching these talk shows about some sort of TV show or movie that's out, all that stuff, but I can't watch that.
Right.
They're talking about 8 out of 10 cats.
Yeah.
I can't watch 8 out of 10 cats. I can watch season 16.
Right.
And it's a great, hilarious, it's a trivia show.
Yeah.
That there's no real winner or loser in a sense. They're all celebrities anyways in England.
Right.
So it's just a comedy show for like an hour.
I really feel like Amazon needs to get on this because I can get BritBox, right? And I can watch some British shows.
Yes.
Not all, which is very upsetting, but I can watch some British shows. And I pay for that service. Why can't I pay more for another?
But I mean, you're talking about shows that might be even, I don't know if they have cable in England. I don't know. But I'm just talking we're talking basic programming. We're talking Channel 4.
Right.
I just want Channel 4, the stuff. And if you know what Channel 4 is it's like ABC, NBC, CBS, but they have one.
Yes.
Channel 4. But it has all the comedy specials on it, has all the actual real funny people.
Yeah.
And it's not they get away with it, but they are so less censored.
Oh, they really
about
are.
what they can say and what they can talk about.
Yeah.
It's real. It's so funny. It's like almost a conversation you'd have with somebody that's a funny person across the table at your house.
Yes.
So, why is it not available on the World Wide Web?
Because
I'm so frustrated by this.
When they say that everything on there is www, but whatever your location is, because even when I go to different states, there are certain things I cannot stream in certain states that I can in others.
That's
which
insane.
is weird. It's so weird.
Well, especially if you go to Utah. Is that one of them?
I think Utah was one. Utah is really restrictive about what you can watch.
Yeah.
I'm not even talking about dirty shows. I'm just talking about in general. Don't say things and they're like, oh, no, did you have your parents' permission to watch this rated R movie? And I'm like, it's just rated R. And I'm old.
Well, it's these regulations on what people can say. So we can that's a whole nother conversation about censorship, but yeah, I was like, I understand regulating stuff, but I understand regulating it you have to prove that you're old enough to be able to see it.
Right.
I get that. But if it's just not available, that's like banning books. That's like editing history. That's like editing entertainment. And I'm like,
but the other countries, it is just money. Because you could get the other shows, but you have to buy a VPN
service
to pay money for
which
other
is
things.
Strange. Because are they paying them then?
Probably. Everyone's getting paid.
I wonder. Yeah.
Everyone's getting paid. But on that note, I have to tell you guys about the show that everyone should watch one time without children because it's not children appropriate. We were in Scotland, I think, when we watched the show. We didn't know, right? So it's a dating show, basically.
Oh, but we watched a couple episodes.
No.
Or we only watched one?
We did watch 2.
Yeah, of course it did.
Because it's hilarious. It's weird, right? So it's right now it's on Max, if you have the streaming app Max. No, it's not edited.
Oh, awesome.
It is a British dating show where everyone starts out behind like this screen, and it starts with like the top
You
of their
can
head.
see their silhouette
Yeah, just their shape.
through the screen.
And so they ask people questions as it keeps going, and then the screen comes down. And then it just keeps going down until it hits the toes, and nobody's wearing clothes, and it is the weirdest, oddest show. And it's on it's on Max, and you guys should all watch it because you'll be like, "What's happening?"
At least one
right now?
episode, just
It's
to go like
one to be like, "What?"
we were watching this. Go, okay, okay. So I see this like
I thought it'd be edited because everything here is edited.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even late when we watched it. It was like 6:00, I think, when we were there.
It was prime time.
Yeah, I was like, I was gonna be covered up. Oh no, it's not. Those are boobies. Oh no, that's genitalia.
That's a penis. Yeah.
Bailey said, "Oh my lord, I saw it and was like, WTF." Yes,
We watched a couple episodes when we were in England.
but it's
while we were
also
in
so
Scotland.
interesting because I'm like, who thought of this concept?
I mean, the concept, new beaches have been around forever.
Right.
So the concept is always been there. You know, like, here I am. This is what I look
Right.
like instead of this wonderment.
Yeah.
You go, I like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, cool. Then we
Yeah.
kind of go
Your
forward.
personality is good, but your body,
Yeah, I was
never
like,
mind.
if I see your body first. But, and there's a whole conversation about that too. It is like, you have to be some sort of physically attracted to
Yes.
somebody just before you even go talk to them.
Yes,
I mean, otherwise it's weird.
yes, I agree with that.
You know, so there's got to be a physical attraction,
Yeah.
you know, so they base it on that. And then it's like you get to see the body as you get to learn their personality.
Yeah,
So it's just,
it's interesting.
it's opposite, which is, it was very interesting. Are they new episodes or are they just the episodes that were aired before?
I haven't watched any since.
I was like, you know,
Yeah.
because I want to catch up.
I haven't watched any
I
since
need-
we
I
were
need-
in Europe. So
Yeah, I need to catch up.
been a
'cause
minute.
I'm a little behind.
it's been a while. So we're watching tonight.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Maybe. Yeah, that was
Oh, that was yours.
one of mine.
Okay,
Yes.
I have one more. So I had this conversation with Scooter, and it's not a rant, it's more of a question/rant. So when you're sitting, I am a window person, mainly because I fall asleep 5 minutes as I sit down on
You're
a
talking
plane.
about on a plane.
I'm
Okay.
getting there. As
I
soon
didn't
as I
know
sit down on a plane,
It's like a window person.
I sit in my window seat and I go straight to sleep. Like
Yes.
before we've even taken off, I'm already asleep. It's just who I am. But I feel like I'm obligated to shut the blinds when the sun is peeking up and like blinding everyone.
No,
who's
they
in
could
the
have got a
aisle.
window seat.
Ugh, I
That's
feel
on
so
them.
bad.
That's on them.
I'm enjoying the view, and then I see people like, oh, and I was like, oh, so I guess I'll close
Well,
it.
they make the little. No, I understand feeling that way, but it's like showing up late and asking the person that got there on time to save you a seat.
That's true.
I'm not into that.
Yeah.
If you're late, you're late. That's on you, bro.
Right.
Now, like saving a row because one person sits. No, but it's also the same thing as like if you wanted the window seat and be in control of that shade, you should have reserved that seat
That's true.
or gotten there earlier
That's true.
or booked your flight. I mean, whatever. You should have done what
Yeah.
it takes to get there. So if you're an aisle person, also if like you like sitting in the aisle because some people like to use the restroom more
Right.
often. If you're an aisle person and get huffy about people getting up and you have to get up,
Right.
but you're an aisle person, shut up.
Yeah.
Like you can't complain about that because that's what you like to do.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
So no.
I feel bad because I've made Scooter become the middle person.
At least 50 times.
He's such a gentleman. He never asked for the window seat.
No.
So I always take the window seat.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I do give you the window seat. And you're like, why? I was like,
Well,
because I feel bad.
you love the window
I
seat.
do love the window seat.
So I'm like, that's fine.
Oh.
And also, if you're over there, it's like I can lean up against you. It's not that big a deal.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I don't. And I
Yeah.
know you're going to be in control of the window and blind me anyways, so I
Yeah.
can't sleep.
Stupid.
But I can't complain about that. I got a middle seat.
Can I ask another follow-up question? What I just said about, I know it's not questions, it's rants, but I have a question.
Oh,
When do you find the benefit of switching your seat to a first class seat? How long does the flight have to be? And what, like, price wise, if you're like, they'll switch a 3-hour flight to a first class seat for like $100.
it depends
Is
on how much
it worth it?
Okay, but was the flight $100?
No.
That's what I mean. Like,
Okay. Flight?
to me, it's a percentage.
Okay. What's the percentage?
Probably if it's about 25 to 30% more,
Mm-hmm.
and the flight is 3 hours or more.
Okay.
That-
So it has to
that's
be over
me.
3 hours.
Well, because I feel like a 3-hour flight, let's say 2.5, because 2.5 is kind of my like, okay,
Time to get up.
yeah, that's a lot. So if it's over 2.5 hours, I'd say, and it's about 25 to 30% of an increase, I would go first class
So I've never flown first class, like ever.
if I could afford it.
Right.
I mean,
So we're going to Philly, and it's split up between basically 2 flights there, 2 flights back.
right.
And so the flight there from Dallas to Philly, they're like, oh, you can upgrade to first class seats. And it's like 100 and, was it 150? 140?
Yeah, but we also
Somewhere
go
there.
like, how much was that flight?
So the total flight was $500.
Right, but not that what. I mean, it's only one leg of the flight.
That's true. So total flight was 250. I mean, 250 each way, basically.
Okay, right.
So adding that would be another 100, and so like half, 50% of the flight.
That's a 50%
I see what you're
increase.
saying.
So that's why I was like, that's a big margin.
Yeah.
But it's also,
But I want to fly first class one day.
I agree with that too. It's also, is it worth it because of time of day,
Right.
where you are in your travels? Like, what do you got to do when you get there?
Right.
You know, because if you got to get there and then you just go to your hotel room and take a nap,
Yeah.
it doesn't, to me, it's not that big of a thing. But if you have to go there and you have like a meeting or something like that,
Gives you time to work and
you
get stuff done.
can, well, first class,
Yeah.
you get more rest.
Right.
You can, it's wider, so you're not so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. That's how I feel too.
I normally fly Southwest, so like there's no first class on Southwest. There's like, feel free to sit wherever you want.
Front and back.
Front or back, that's it. So it's like twice a year I think I fly anything that actually has first class, and every time it's been like some ridiculous amount. Like even flying home
It's
is
like
$1,000 to upgrade to a first class seat, and I was like, well, that's stupid. There's no friggin' way.
Yeah.
But when they said 100 and something, I was like, well, that number sounds better. But it's also only 3-hour flights. I don't know.
I mean, it might be worth it
Yeah.
just to experience it.
And here I am waiting for things to be like, wait, if I get closer, it's gonna go down in price.
It may.
My goal.
I mean,
my hope.
I mean, it may if they don't sell them out.
Yeah.
You know,
I
if
know.
they don't sell the first class seats,
Yeah.
and then you upgrade to first class, that opens up another coach seat.
Right.
So it's a very much a win-win for them.
Yeah.
So if they don't sell out their first class seats at the last minute, that's
Yeah. Because we are in the back of the bus, basically, on the seats we got. I'll tell you right now, we're way back there.
why I
Like,
didn't know that.
bathroom. Way back there.
Why?
It's all that was open when the time I got to pick
Oh.
my seats.
Wait.
Anyways.
All right.
All right. That was it. That was my last one. Well, you have one more.
I do have one more. When it comes to concert ticket sales,
Oh, I hate them. Ticketmaster.
well, I can get that's a whole nother rant about the monopoly.
fees.
They literally have, if you look into it, Ticketmaster has a monopoly.
Yes. They should be banned.
No, they really do.
Yeah.
And for some reason they've spread themselves into a couple entities to where they don't look like a monopoly, but they still are.
Yes.
That being said, that's a whole nother thing. But the whole idea of, it's just, I feel like there's some concerts that get it right and some that don't.
Yes.
And I feel like, well, there's some, whatever companies, the production companies, or what do they call them? I don't know.
Mm.
Like Danny Wimmer Presents seems to have it figured out, right? You can have a pre-sale. When the pre-sales go on, you can, put stuff on layaway and
Right.
pay for them over the year.
That's not through Ticketmaster, huh?
No,
No.
it's not at all. And I think that's why it works.
Yeah.
I think it's Reed Pop.
Hmm.
I think that's what it was. Might be something else. I think they change they've changed once, I think, since we've been going to Aftershock. But there are some other ones that are just straight up like Sick New World
Yeah.
and When We Were Young.
Yeah.
Like, who is doing this, right? It's like they make a mad dash for one day and then that totally sells out with less than an hour.
Right.
Nobody can log in. And then the next day, They go, well, we're gonna open up another day.
Right. You already knew.
There's
you
no
had,
way you're opening up another day and asking 50 bands to show up. Hey, by the way, guys,
Right.
are you free the next day?
Right.
That's already booked.
Right.
Right? It's already booked. So stop lying, right?
Yeah.
Open both days
Yeah.
and then let people have the chance to get a ticket for either day, both days, whatever. So they'll go on sale for probably 24, 48 hours and then they'll sell out.
Yeah.
Instead, it's like 1 hour. Nobody can get in. You just look at a spinning wheel.
Yeah.
And that's so frustrating. And it creates this aftermarket and this inflated pricing.
God, it's insane.
You know, and it's happening. I mean, we talk about Taylor Swift and those kind of things.
But it's everything.
But it's consumerism at its
Worst.
at its best.
Yeah,
No, consumerism at its best. It's humanity at its worst.
Yeah.
But consumerism at its best.
Yeah.
So I just feel like there's a way to do this differently.
Right.
I don't have the answer, but I'm just sitting there like, you're going to enjoy entertainment, and who's making money at the end of the day? A lot of the people that are bulk buying.
Yeah.
Right. And it's kind of like the whole cryptocurrency thing.
Yep.
They're robots buying these tickets, people.
Yeah,
They're not people.
No.
So fix that problem so these robots or AI that people are training to go buy these tickets, and then they get a big pile of tickets and then they resell them for 400% more.
Right.
I was like, what are we doing?
Two things I have about that. I don't know how these AIs are getting through those little things that say push the crosswalk and find the bicycle and the bus. It takes me 17 times as a real person to get through them. So I feel like that seems shady, number one. Number two, yes, the aftermarket ticket prices is out of control. Like I checked the price to go to the game on the Philly game on Sunday when we're going to be there. It's like $1,400 for a ticket right now. And I was like, you bought the ticket for like $110. That's psychotic.
Because they can.
Yeah,
it has nothing.
And I will wait 1 hour before the game starts and go back on there and see how much that ticket is. But I will not. Even though there are $300 up in the nosebleed section, I still will not, because that ticket is still not worth $300.
Well, it's not enjoyable.
No, it's not.
It was like it's not. And I mean, you've been to one pro game, and we got some decent seats for not that expensive.
Yeah.
Last year, and we'll just hope for the same.
Yeah.
If it doesn't,
then we'll watch it on TV.
We're in Philadelphia.
Right.
Let's sit in a
we'll
hotel
find
room.
a bar.
Yeah, I was like, we'll sit in a hotel room.
Well, I said TV. I didn't say where.
That's true.
We'll find a good sports bar, hang out with some locals, and watch the Phillies game.
Some cheesesteaks.
We still have not had a cheesesteak in Philly, which is
very true.
Wrong.
Seems sacrilegious.
Yeah.
But yeah, that the ticket sale thing is because it's kind of a history thing. It was like we were trying. I know Ariel was trying to get to when we were young.
Yeah.
And her and I have tried the last 2 years in a row.
Right.
Now the second day we could have probably got tickets because they didn't sell out as fast.
Yeah.
But by that time I was just kind of frustrated.
Yeah. No, it's stupid.
I was kind of just wanting to flip them off.
Yeah.
I was like, nah.
Too rockstar for this nonsense.
Yeah. I was like, this is dumb. That's how I felt.
I agree.
Too rockstar to go to a rockstar concert.
Agreed. All right. Well, I'm going to do the next segment, and you're going to pour yourself a beer.
Oh.
But you want to introduce it first?
Next segment is What's Up in You area.
All right, now he's gonna get more beer. Okay, so Fresno. I'm gonna bring out a name that hasn't been talked about in a minute, but this weekend, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. What?
Oh my gosh!
I didn't even know they were still around. I'm very excited for whoever's in Fresno is gonna go see them, because I thought they only had one song. Sacramento, we actually have Talib Kweli this weekend, which we could have got tickets to go see them, and we didn't. So that's on us, and I think that's tomorrow. So maybe we could still go. But I don't know any Talib Kweli songs, do you? That's not gonna help. Okay, so for everyone else, we have reached the point of the year where every friggin' weekend there is some kind of Christmas fair, Christmas market, Christmas event, Christmas something. So if that's your thing, I guarantee at your farmer's market, at some random spot at the library, you can find a Christmas event where you can find Christmas knickknacks and things of all the little Christmassy things that you love. So find one of those if that's what you're into. The other thing you could find right now is everything the Grinch. I mean, the Grinch is playing everywhere. So if you really love the Grinch movie, pick a place. Find a library, find a park. Someone's playing Grinch out there
It
at
seems to
some
go
point.
in like, I don't know if it's a cycle or what, but I do notice that like some years it's the Grinch, some years it's Elf, some years it's it's like it's not always all of them.
This year's the Grinch for sure.
Yeah, I was like, at least in our area, maybe.
No,
Or-
I've looked. I've been checking all the online things. It's the Grinch.
Yeah,
And yes, Rebecca, Talib Kweli tomorrow. Actually at Harlow's. So if you want tickets, I might be able to get you some.
yeah, we can get tickets there.
Yeah, the lady at Starlit Lounge said I can get tickets to any event I wanted to. I just had to tell her.
Don't put that on the. Why are you putting that out to people? You tell Rebecca in a text.
That's
Look at all these savages.
I mean, you guys are gonna see a lineup and be like, I don't know any of these names. Becca said I'm buying tickets now.
No, really, it's
You
like
have a babysitter for one more day, Becca.
yeah,
You still got Ryan one more day.
but because he's also part of Black Star.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, so I do know some Black Star songs, but I never knew.
Well, Becca's going tomorrow. We're
Any
going.
solo stuff.
We're gonna go Talib Kweli.
I just also my concern was what kind of riffraff in Sacramento is going to be showing up to this. These 40-year-old
Hooligans.
these 40-year-old OG thugs from Sacramento.
But
that
I
like
think
to shoot things for no
At
reason.
least I think at Harlow's they do a metal detector. We went to friggin'
That's enough. Yeah,
Old Ironsides, and like again, the crowd was like older than Scooter at that
that's
point.
true. I did not feel old.
It was either older than Scooter or like 20 to like 24.
Yeah, I
It was
fit
a
the
weird
middle.
crowd,
I was a rarity
but nobody got checked.
now
They
for
didn't
anything.
metal detect anybody, but I think they saw the guy in the walker was like, he's not causing a ruckus.
You don't know.
I mean, that's what they thought. Obviously, no one got checked. Just me. I'm just kidding. No one checked. Becca said nobody under 35 will be there. I agree with that statement.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was like, but you're going to have these people that are OGs. No, nobody under 35 is going to be at the at Harlow's.
Yeah.
Correct. But
I think Harlow's does check. That's
but it's
like,
also it's not just the young people being stupid these days.
no, everyone's stupid. All right. That's all I had for what's up in your area.
Mine is I felt like this was a good spot to say we're going to Philadelphia. So that's what's up in Philadelphia is PAX Unplugged, which we go every year.
That's next weekend, though. I guess we won't be back by then.
Yeah,
huh?
we won't, yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
That's what
He's
I'm
right.
saying. Yeah, I am. I know. I
You
know.
got one. You got one right.
Calendars are a thing.
Calanders.
So no, we're going to PAX Unplugged, which we go to Philadelphia. It's been something I've been doing since 2017. You've been with me since 2019,
Sure.
I think, something like that. So we've been going every year. We go there for like 2 or 3 days, probably 4.
4 days, 3 nights.
4 days, 3 nights. But it's an analog gaming convention, and that just means like tabletop games, board games, role playing games, those types of things. But it's a networking kind of thing for me. So we will be going there. We're taking our camera. We're taking our microphones. We probably won't broadcast live from the convention,
Right.
Because the
There's
internet.
no reception.
Yeah, the reception gets it's like a metal box, it feels
Yeah.
like, and nobody gets reception inside there. But maybe afterwards, like, or before in our hotel room, we might, if we can get a good internet
Like a
connection.
catch-up moment.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
might do like a live broadcast on like Friday night
Yeah.
or something to that effect.
Maybe. Scooter's usually really tipsy Friday night,
Yeah.
Saturday night, Thursday night,
And then Sunday, just sleep.
because he meets with people.
Yeah, yes. It's,
That's how the meetings look. Want to play a game and have whiskey? Yeah, okay. I was like, all right.
yeah. So that does happen.
Yes.
So there'll be some people that we're going to meet up with. I will be doing some interviews and recording stuff for my company.
Yeah.
For Time to Tabletop for some of these people that have some common interests, more about like autism, social emotional learning,
Yeah.
ADHD, those kind of things. So stay tuned for some of that. I'll probably link it up with Sarah and Scooter because we were both there and she was part of the team.
I'm just holding the camera.
We don't know yet.
Yes, I do.
No, she
I
has a
absolutely know it.
much better face for television than I do.
Holding the camera.
You saw the picture that I posted in the middle of the night last night. I was like, what is this?
When I saw it this morning, I thought, yep, That was the mood I left you in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was just like, look at
This
this.
is a mugshot.
It did. That's when I looked in the mirror and go, man, you look like if Nickelback got arrested. Right?
Oh, Lord.
Look at this mug shot.
Yeah.
Um,
Valerie said you're going to the Eagles-Niners game. That is the game we're hoping for.
that is the one that's going to be there.
So last
So.
year, the way
It's
it
going to
worked
be amazing because
we waited
Yeah.
an hour before. No, it was probably like 3 hours before the game started.
Yeah.
And then I bought tickets because they went super cheap. They were like $100 and they were good seats. So I'm hoping that miracle happens again.
yeah,
And because it's wherever we stay is not that far from the stadium.
no, it's a $15 Uber,
Yeah. So that is the hope.
and you can walk, and afterwards you can walk to the casino.
Yeah. It's kind of nice.
We walked to the casino, waited till all the big inflated Uber prices
Yeah.
went down,
And then went
hung out at the casino, had a drink,
Yeah.
and got another Uber
Did a
for
little
another
gambling.
$15.
Yeah. It was good.
No, that was great.
So
It was super
that's
fun.
that's the plan.
Yeah,
That's
it's gonna
the
be great
hope.
because I would love to see the Niners get just stomped in real person. It's gonna
But
be
listen,
great.
I feel like you bring bad juju to games, so like I'm scared. Like you are not having good vibes for football this year,
I don't
so I'm kind of worried.
know if the Niners could even beat the practice team of the Eagles. At this point.
But I think Philly would burn if the Niners beat them in Philadelphia. I'm just saying.
or the Niners might burn their bus.
Right,
Their
right.
bus starts on fire.
From what I hear about
Philadelphia is rough.
Woo.
Yeah, we've been there multiple times.
when they're
for
happy,
multiple
they're
days.
happy. But
When they're happy, they are amazing.
Yeah.
But man,
did some guy offer you Coke last time we were there?
oh for sure.
Yeah.
He offered me Coke because he was looking for something else. He was looking for a different drug, and he was hoping we had it.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well, I got some Coke if you want." I was like,
I'm like, where are we?
I was with my two buddies, and we're like, we all looked at him and go, "No, we're good."
Yeah.
Like,
Good old Philadelphia.
yeah, it's like, and the other two guys that I was with are very East Coast.
Yeah.
So they're like, bro, we're good.
Yeah.
And I'm city enough to go.
I
I'm
thought it was
good.
a different time though. I was talking about the guy in the bar. Remember we went to the bar?
Oh, that was in Atlanta.
That was in Atlanta. Why do people keep offering you drugs? What's up with your face? It looks like a drug face.
I've definitely done drugs in my life. Okay, so maybe it's something you can smell.
Oh man.
Smell in my pheromones.
They're like, that face looks like he'll do some drugs.
Right. That is very true. He's the one that I think we talked about on here. He asked me to watch his wings
Yes.
and his drink
Yeah, that
while
guy.
he went outside and scored some Coke.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a you
he was
issue.
a nice guy.
He was super nice, but I'm just
I mean,
it's
it's
odd.
not like we're gonna share numbers and hang out, but he
No.
was a very nice guy. He was also the only other black guy in the bar.
That's true, which is weird. Because we were in that bougie. Where were we?
We were in Atlanta.
But
Were we?
where?
There's
Was
some-
it Atlanta?
I don't know. There's some random bar at the end. We're like, this looks open,
Yeah.
and it was crowded, so we're like, let's go in.
Yeah. Anyways,
That's a whole nother conversation. But we end up at those places, and you always have a story to tell.
that's true.
But yeah, PAX Unplugged. We're definitely going to try out some restaurants. I think this time.
Yeah.
We might
No more
try-
chains, except for Maggiano's because their bread was delicious.
And I think it's the same guy we talked to for like 3 years straight.
But he always gives me like half a loaf of bread.
Yeah,
to
to take
snack
with
on
her.
as my,
Seriously,
midnight
can I take?
snack.
And doesn't charge extra. She's like, here's some bread. And so we
No
take a
one
loaf
asked
of bread
that.
home.
Okay.
Yeah, we have bread.
Yeah.
So that one's gonna be it's fun. It's a very
is.
good time. So if you've never been to Philadelphia in the holiday season,
It's very pretty.
you should go.
Yeah.
I've never been there any other time of the year. That's
Right.
the only time I've ever been there. But I mean, especially the downtown Philadelphia by
Yeah.
the Bell and everything. They have this huge Christmas tree. They have this small little, whatever, it's Ferris wheel thing going on.
Yes.
Yeah, they have just it. It's very festive, very cold.
Yeah.
Everybody's got cocoa and
Yeah.
coffee and so we get lost every once in a while, but
It's not that we get
Totally.
lost. It's that in my mind, nothing's as far as it seems like it should be. And then we walk for 45 minutes. And I'm like, oh, that was a jaunt. Probably could have just Ubered there.
yeah, she does that. But you
Yeah.
do that everywhere.
That's
so
true.
that's not
It's
just
good for us.
Philadelphia. So yeah.
All right, that's it.
All right, that's it for that.
Yeah.
So what else we doing?
Shout out! Woo!
All right, this is the part where we give something that we what is it? Give a shout out to someone
Something
or
we
something
enjoy.
we enjoy.
Yeah.
I haven't put that on the paper years ago.
I know.
Well, last year.
How many do you have?
I just have one.
Okay, go ahead.
It's one-ish, 1.5.
Okay.
I just wanted, like, when it comes to in 2023, a lot of places stayed open over the shelter in place, even though they couldn't.
Yeah.
And then 2022, 2023 hit, and they're shutting down.
I know.
Like they did everything they could to hold on.
Yeah.
So it's a real shout out to like even like Old Ironsides.
Yeah.
Like we went down to Old Ironsides. That place should be shut down.
Oh, it's rough.
No, it survived though,
Yeah.
right? Old Ironsides, the place across the street that opened up a year ago, the Rock and Soul.
Yeah.
Just some of these, and Ace of Spades, music venues, kind of like some culture type companies, and that's kind of a broad brush on there. But in 2023, we're seeing way more things shut down than in 2022.
Yeah.
And that's because of they got all those PPP loans. They
know.
did everything they could, but couldn't bring back the vibe or the
Right.
culture, or didn't reinvent themselves, didn't adapt with the times the way that, because you can only make so many predictions, right? When you adapt with the times, you're trying to adapt to see what's the next big thing.
Yeah.
And some of them didn't quite make it.
No.
So,
And
shout
also,
out.
people are spending less money right now,
Yeah.
honestly.
So real shout out to like the small music venues, the small businesses, the small restaurants. I mean, the place we went to, Rock and Soul, like they had really good food and everything, but in the back they had an esports lounge.
Yes, they did.
I'm like, brilliant.
Yeah.
That's a great mix. You're bringing in younger people, in their
Right.
20s and 30s playing esports, and you're also having like a decent menu and
Yeah.
some
Food
drinks.
was good.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's a combination that I haven't seen.
And also, across street from any venue, I feel like makes like a music venue makes
Yes.
sense, because music venues all they have is alcohol. They're gonna want to eat when they're done.
Yes.
So like to be across from a music venue makes so much sense.
Yeah, so it was really to see that kind of thing, and them not. I don't know if they're thriving financially. That's
Right.
not me, but I just think it's really cool. A big shout out to the ones that reinvented themselves or stayed true to who they were. Like Ace of Spades just stayed true.
Yeah.
As a music venue, that's what they are.
Yeah.
And they seem to be doing quite well.
Man, someone just complained about how expensive the alcohol was at Ace of Spades the other day, because they're like, "What am I at a stadium? $50 for a beer?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's why you get tips." I mean, there's like 87 restaurants and bars before you get to Ace of Spades. Drink before you get there,
Pre-funk.
and you'll be fine.
Pre-funk.
Right?
I mean, it's up to you. It's like you're going out for the experience. You're not going out to have fancy beer.
Right.
You know,
It's
like
not even a good beer. I mean, it's a basic beer.
it was. I think.
It was for $15. It was a basic beer.
Oh, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I can't argue that. So yeah, that's my kind of a shout out. It's kind of a broad one, but
I have two. My shout out, actually I have three. My shout out is to Seahawks fans. Leave that one there. You know who you are. I can see in your faces, right?
I can mute your mic. Like, it's not even a problem.
All right, my next shout out was actually to the bartender at Old Ironsides, because sorry, Bailey. Because so the bartender, when we went there, his bar back didn't show up. The other bartender didn't show up. So the security guy was cutting up limes and lemons and helping getting the bar prepped. So he was serving the entire crowd for the whole afternoon or the whole night we were there, and just literally going down the road, just back and forth, because he's like, "I'm sorry, I'll be back, because I'm the only one here."
He killed it.
His POS system stopped working at the beginning.
We're
It was just hot trash for him.
First, like, we're talking when they got there. I mean, doors open at 7.
Yeah.
So everybody all the employees showed up at like 7.
Right.
Right.
6:58.
Yeah. And they were cutting limes, doing all that stuff. The very, 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 it was about 7:15 when the first transaction
Right.
was happening. First transaction, POS system doesn't work. First transaction, the guy had cash.
Right.
So
He was old.
and he goes, "Gosh, I hope this works." It opens up, and then the guy just goes quiet,
Yeah.
right? And we're all the bar is full at this point, but we can see what's going on. And he goes, and you can hear him saying it out loud. He goes, hopefully this works. You see him unplugging stuff and doing things. Then he goes, POS is up. And everybody's like, yes. And he turned around and what did he say? He goes, I'm the only one here. I will get you a drink as soon as I can.
Right.
If I don't care because I don't give up.
Right.
He said it out loud. And I was like, I like this guy.
Yes.
Right. Because it's like, they're not handing out bread and food.
Right. We're not going to die if we don't get a drink.
We're getting drinks.
Right.
And the POS system isn't there. Somebody didn't show up. He's by himself.
Yes.
I'm like, I felt for the dude.
Yeah.
And the guy rocked it.
Yes,
I don't think because when Will showed up, we had a few drinks right in a row.
Right.
And he went down the whole bar and came
Yeah.
back. And he was,
Yep.
I think you could have got a drink there every 5 minutes
Yeah.
with this guy.
Yeah.
And he wasn't sweating.
No.
He was just efficient, went down the line.
Yep.
What do you need? Nothing? Okay. If
Right.
you don't speak up, I moved on.
Yes.
Like if you're not ready by the time he comes to you, he moves on.
Yes.
I'm like, this guy's great.
Yeah.
Because there was a couple times I missed him, but I was like, I knew he was coming back.
Right.
In like 5 minutes, he's gonna go down the line. He's gonna be back. I'll be ready by then.
Yes.
So
So shout out to that guy.
huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
He was awesome.
But that's what it takes for these venues to stay alive now.
Yeah.
Right? You gotta have somebody that gives a crap.
Yeah.
And he just, he said he didn't give an F, but he did. By
Yeah,
the way
because
said
he
it.
went to he would make a drink, like he made a Cosmo, and he went to the people who made it. He's like, so if this isn't good, tell me, because that might be the worst Cosmo I've ever made.
He did. He went outside the bar and talked to him. He said, I was like, this guy's great.
Yeah, he was good.
Good vibe.
All right, last shout out is to my people. And if you're in my crew, you know who you are. You're my people. For putting my feet back on the ground sometimes when I float off. Because I get so lost in everything. Like, I don't get as, pigeonholed as you do about stuff. But I do float away at some points where people have to come back and remind me, hey, Mom, we're supposed to go do this. Hey, Sarah, we're supposed to do this.
Right.
Hey, Sarah, we're supposed to go do this. And, the people who, drag my feet back to the ground when I'm, floating away in space. I know it's a weird statement, but I appreciate you guys for that.
It's kind of like the crow chasing the butterfly,
Oh, stop it.
you know?
No, it's not like that.
People, true people would know that reference.
God. Well, just kidding.
Oh
just
my
kidding.
gosh.
I'm just kidding. But no, sometimes I float away in my anyways, my whatever.
Right. Well, then let's do that. Let's pull you back in that kind of that grounding thing. It's been an hour.
Yeah.
And you said it would be like 5 minutes.
I don't
Have
know.
you come up with a question? So let's reel that back in then. Maybe I'll help you with that. Like you said you would have it in like 5
Well,
minutes.
here's the issue. I don't
been
know.
an hour.
I don't know how to see what we talk. Where's our paper from last week? Is it up on the bar?
Why do you do this? Why do you just do this? It's down here, I think.
You want to grab it so I can find the
Then you got to vamp.
Oh no. Can I find it so you can vamp? We also don't have a topic for today, by the way, because
Yes, we do. I came up with one.
it's so easy to bug Scooter.
Oh
It's like my favorite
goodness.
thing in the world.
I came up with them at the last minute.
All right, let me
She
have
has-
both papers.
There you go.
Thank you.
We're
you
gonna
have
come
to
up with a
vamp.
question. Well, I'm just gonna go on to the topic then, if that's what you want to do.
Okay.
Advise me not.
All right, so I did reach out. I did reach out to some people to see if I don't know if they sent me a message. I haven't checked my phone.
Lame.
Nope, they haven't. So I did reach out to my oldest daughters to see if they'd come up with a topic. So no pressure, but they didn't respond. The show could have been about you guys. But I came up with, thinking about them when I did out there also, is I said what forgiveness looks like.
Ooh. I don't forgive. I'm just kidding. What does forgiveness look like? I was talking about as an individual, as a
Just
partner.
Doesn't matter. That's the topic.
You know, it's weird. It looks different
Yes.
in each relationship you're in.
True.
Man, because I feel like I forgive the kids easier than I forgive anybody else.
Oh, for sure.
Because I feel like they haven't learned enough in life yet. But I think I'm always going to be older than them, so they're never going to learn enough in life. So I'm always going to forgive them more freely.
Oh, that's not okay.
You could say that.
No, I just feel like I just feel like there's 35-year-old human beings that know so much more about life than I do.
Right.
So I also depend on it also depends on their trajectory and what they've accomplished. It doesn't have to do with an age thing. I mean, I think that'd be great. Know?
But I feel like for your own kids, it's hard to see them as anything other than they're always younger than you.
They are always younger than you, but that doesn't mean that they've experienced less.
But to me, yes, it does.
At this point, well, at this point, because our oldest in the house is 20.
Right.
So 20.
Forgiving's weird because I feel like I forgive easy. I feel like I do forgive people easy.
Yes.
I don't hold grudges very much.
I think there's a difference between holding a grudge and forgiveness. I think I could hold a grudge and still forgive that person.
No, then you haven't forgiven them.
I'm maybe not a grudge, but it's kind of I've always had the concept of you can forgive, but you
Don't have to forget.
don't have to forget.
Right.
You have a tendency to do both.
Yeah, I do.
Right? So, screw me over 9 times. I forgive you. So
Maybe that 10th one's going to be the one.
Go ahead and do it again. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not how it works. Like, and it's also like forgiving somebody realistically is not for them.
Right.
Right?
That's true.
So sometimes, and a lot of times, when somebody goes and tells somebody verbally that they forgive them, that's something you may not have to tell that person. Right? Because now that person goes, for what?
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever told somebody that I forgive them for something. I don't know if I've ever said that phrase. Like, I forgive you.
Right. And that's why I'm trying to what does forgiveness, what does it look like?
Yeah.
To you?
I don't know. I feel like if somebody is genuinely apologetic, because we have a kid who kind of apologizes, but every once in a while they have like a true apology. Like, you can tell they've thought about it and like the words that they're saying are actually a true apology. So I feel like if you could be truly apologetic and I believe you, then to me that I've forgiven you and we've moved on.
I don't think it takes that much for you.
It does.
I think it just has to do with the sun goes down the next day.
That's not true.
Everything's washed away.
That's not true.
Today's a different day.
But the funny thing is, you think that because I don't hold a grudge. But you hold a grudge even if someone says they're sorry.
When was the last time you said
I'm sorry all the time.
Okay, but when was the last, realistically.
Other than me.
No, in the house. In this house. I don't mean in general, but in this house. When was the last time you've known of somebody saying to me, I'm sorry?
I don't know.
It's so rare.
Yeah.
So for me to forgive that person with no sorry is not going to happen. Right. I can't forgive you if it's still a festering issue. Yeah. With you and me. I can't do it.
You know what I've noticed in your life?
And I don't know if that's a grudge.
You don't get a lot of sorries from people.
No.
Just in general.
Mm-mm.
I wonder why that is. It's weird.
Is it?
I don't know. But it's not, to me, it's not the sun went down and came back up and now we're all good. Right? And like, I don't like going to sleep and not being in a good place with anybody. I don't understand it. I don't like it. I don't sleep well. It's not okay for me. But just because I wake up the next day and I still treat you like a good human being, that doesn't mean that we're 100% good. That means that like I can't keep sitting and being annoyed all the time. Like I can't, because I can't get, for like selfish reasons, I can't get anything done if I'm sitting in like this angry place.
I agree with that. And it's not about it's not about holding a grudge. It's about not forgiving. And I feel like there's a difference between me holding a grudge with someone, because I don't think I hold grudges, but I there are some people where I just have not forgiven them yet.
Yeah.
Is that a grudge? I don't think that's a grudge.
I think it's a grudge if you continue to bring up what somebody's done without having like continual conversation. I think if you have to continue bringing up the same thing that someone's done,
But if they do it again, I think you can bring it up.
you can. But if you bring it up for something that happened like 5 years ago, then it's a grudge.
Oh, for sure. But where's the time limit on this?
I don't know
Right.
if there is one.
Right?
Right.
Like, let's look at it this way. I mean, let's go all the way drastic or whatever. You're married, somebody cheats on you, right?
Yeah.
5 years later, they do it again.
Yeah.
Can you bring up the first time?
At that point, you divorce them.
No. Can you bring up the first time? Because that's repeat behavior.
It depends.
To me, that's repeat behavior. Just because on something that large,
Yeah.
right? The 5 years is irrelevant.
Right.
Now, if it's you didn't clean up your room, and I mentioned 5 years ago you didn't clean up your room, that's a whole
That's a grudge.
that's a grudge.
Right.
That's like you got issues, dude.
Yeah.
But if it was just 5 years ago
right.
that you decided to sleep with somebody else and you did it again 5 years later,
Right.
is that a grudge? No.
No.
So I think it has to be on case by case basis,
I agree with that.
right? And when it comes to apologizing for something, because we go to this point too. You wake up the next day and may treat that person, even though they were a total jerk to you the day before. We talk about, I mean,
Yes.
it's very specific, like your kid or
Yeah.
somebody. Total jerk. The next day you treat them like nothing happened. Everything's fine. Have they changed the behavior? No. Have they apologized for what they've done? No. So why? It's not over at that point. So there's no forgiveness at this point. We're still in that moment of what happened the day before.
Yeah.
We're still in that moment. Because there's a kind of a set off thing that I saw online. It was a question went out like on whatever X or Instagram, and it was asking crowdsourcing what would be the best apology gift,
Oh, lame.
right? I mean, look it out there. Realistically, we can poll whoever we want.
Right.
What would be the best apology gift? And you know what the number one answer to me was? Changed behavior.
Yeah.
I really throw this into some of the humans in this house very aggressively. But buying somebody a dozen roses because you screamed at them and smacked them the night before
Right.
is not a good gift.
Right.
Treating somebody like total crap, calling them a B word, and then the next day it was like, but I got you a pretty diamond necklace.
Yeah.
Like, that's not an apology gift.
Right.
An apology gift is saying I'm sorry and changing the behavior.
Yeah.
That's it. So I feel like if you can do that, then forgiveness can come.
Yeah. I'm going to read the statement. So Valerie said, it's letting go of resentment and understanding the other person's perspective and choosing to move forward. That's forgiveness.
I like that.
Letting go of resentment is one of the hardest things. Because to me, letting go of resentment is even harder than letting go of a grudge. Way harder.
And resentment, I mean,
because sometimes you don't even realize you resent people.
yeah, what is resentment to you though? I mean, I think I know the definition ish, but I was like, what is it?
I'll tell you mine. I don't want anything good to happen for you.
Oh.
I don't want you to be injured. I don't want you to be hurt, but I don't want good things to happen for you because I don't think that you deserve it. To me, at that point, I resent you.
Man, if you've gotten on that side of Sarah.
I know.
Woo.
It's only been like 4 people in my life.
Well,
But to me,
it's hard to get to that side of you.
I know. But to me, at that point, I know that there's resentment. If I'm like, you don't deserve to have this good thing happen because of blah, blah, blah. To me, at that point, I know in my heart that I'm resenting who you are.
Huh. I have a different viewpoint of resentment.
What's yours?
So I don't know if we're totally off topic, but I made up a topic anyways. To me, resentment is feeling like I couldn't do something, or I was being held back, or I feel like trash or whatever, that kind of stuff. And that's your fault.
Mm.
I resent you for that. It's kind to me that's where resentment is, and I don't know if we understand the word at this point.
Right.
But me when I resent somebody or something, that I was like, that's how I feel. It's like I could have done something so much better, or done something amazing, or something to that effect, but you or your action and the decisions that were made, or something that I made,
Yeah.
something occurred that held me back from being the best person I could, and I resent that.
Interesting.
That's what resentment means to
Yeah.
me. And I don't have a lot of resentment, honestly, in that perspective of what it is. I
Right.
really, really don't, because I don't feel like a lot of the decisions I feel like that were made I mean, nobody really made any decisions for me,
Yeah.
right? So if I'm holding on to resentment, that's because you didn't make a decision to do some changes somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think I've let go of that for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
But that's what resentment means to me. And I don't know if we got some English
So
majors.
Rebecca said, my therapist said that's the number one marriage killer. Yeah. When you start resenting people, because even Scooter said that, resenting somebody is worse than hating someone. Because when you hate someone, there's still love there. But when you resent someone, or like you're indifferent with someone, you're like, I don't care.
Well, and resentment, like it's the being with you makes me feel like less of a person.
Yeah.
Or doing this with you makes me feel less. I can't accomplish my dreams, or I can't even do anything. Like, it's kind of like, here's to me is an example of resentment. I have to watch the kid, so I can't go to work.
Right.
When your partner is literally sitting right there.
Yeah.
To me, there's a very core of resentment.
Bonus round. We're not in bonus round, guys. I'm sorry.
Sorry. So the mics are now back on us. Sarah
That's my
accidentally
bad.
pushed a button. So, and she wasn't even
I'm sorry.
talking.
I didn't even. It
I don't-
was too close. Anyways.
Okay, I'll place it in the center and further away from you next
Yeah.
time. If that's what
Valerie said
what's happening?
resentment is bitterness. No? And I was like,
no. Bitterness comes from resentment for sure.
yeah.
Because like I was saying, resentment is, to me, and from what I understand the word, so we can look it up if you want
We're
to.
not looking up.
Okay, but the way I understand the word itself is that it's the fact of it's the beginnings of a grudge.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
To that point. So holding something, or it's like having kids and then like having kids, so I miss my chance to be a rock star.
Right.
That's resenting my kids.
Yeah.
Which is total crap.
Right.
Right. But it is a thing.
Yeah.
Right. Or I got married at a young age, so I'm not a millionaire.
Yeah.
Resentment. Right. So being with a person that they just don't believe in what I do and those types of things, they don't encourage me. They don't,
Yeah.
They don't look at me saying they don't have to say you're doing a good job, but support you and all this kind of stuff. They don't support me and my hobbies and that kind of, that's resentment.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at resentment.
Yeah.
So it can become very bitter
Yes.
for sure.
Yes. I hate the feeling of resentment. Like, I hate it. When I get to that point, I'm just like, it's time for you to do some soul searching, because this is not who you are. Like, I've gotten to that point. Again, it's probably been like, I want to say 4 times. It's probably like twice in my life. And I hate the way that I feel when I resent somebody. And then it's on me to feel like, to figure out what needs to be done differently.
And I think there's a stage in most teenage, young adult, probably teenage through your 20s, where there's a lot of resentment built up for your household and
From
your
being a
parents.
kid.
Yeah, your kid, your parents.
Yeah.
Your family structure. You have a lot of resentment built up in there.
Right.
And I think that's what you become such a larger, better person once you figure out, I don't need to hold that resentment.
Yeah.
And I need whoever I feel did be wrong at that point, I don't have to call them and say I forgive you.
Yeah.
That's freaking creepy. But you can forgive them,
Right.
so that you can move on and let go of your resentment.
Yeah.
Because,
and I think letting go of when you know that you've resented somebody, that you're resenting somebody, and then letting go of that, whether they've apologized or not, but letting go of resenting somebody is forgiving them
oh, for sure.
and moving forward.
For sure.
And that is the best thing you could ever give yourself, because man, waiting for an apology from somebody, it may never happen. But that doesn't mean that you can't move forward. Especially if you have teenagers. If you're not there yet, I'm sorry. But if you are, know that you can move forward with your teenager without them saying I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have to.
Because sometimes it's not a, hey mom, I did this. Sometimes it's just a conversation and you talk things out, and the I'm sorry never comes. It's just you hear it in their voice and their tone and their actions that we've moved forward.
And I think that's where I come from. Is I don't necessarily need to hear I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I need to see change behavior.
Yeah.
Right? So instead of saying I'm sorry for being late or not telling you where I was, but going forward, they tell you where they're at and they show up on time.
Right.
To me, I that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather see the change behavior instead of saying I'm sorry 1,000 times and nothing changes.
I agree with that.
So I think that's where I'm at. I was like,
Yeah.
So what does forgiveness look like to you?
That's it. I already said it.
That's a lot. So anybody else? I mean, if anybody wants to chime in on what they feel forgiveness looks like to them,
Yeah.
Is it a bouquet of flowers?
No.
I
don't
don't
even
know.
like gifts. Not buy me anything.
I just,
Unless it's chocolate cake.
well,
But that's not a forgiveness present. That's just because
you wanted chocolate cake.
Yes.
That's I look at it. I was like, you want chocolate cake? Well, let's go get it.
Forgiveness should never be a present. You should never be
Yes.
buying someone's
Correct.
forgiveness.
Well, I mean, yeah, and buying it doesn't even have to be like a purchase gift.
Right.
It's like, let's go on a walk. Let's do stuff like that's great.
Yeah.
But we need to talk about what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
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 I don't know.
All right. Well,
That's all I
mine's
had.
Dad. You want to go for mine?
You
now?
have a subject?
Yes.
Can I push another advise me not? So we can get people back
Wait,
on
we have
track.
to read this question, the statement first.
Okay.
Bailey said, "For me, I definitely need a verbal apology and definitely change behavior."
Yes.
She needs them both.
And
No, he almost died.
that's important.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because I've had this conversation is with Bailey and with Ariel as they become adults, and hopefully I'm becoming an adult someday too. We're crossing our fingers for sure. But it's one of those things of, yes, you have to say you're sorry, especially if it's two adults.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you're two adults, you should have it in you to say, I'm sorry, I'm going to do something different.
Right.
I think that's a true apology as an adult.
Yeah.
As a teenager, it's a whole different
Do
mess.
not wait for your teenage children to say you're sorry.
No, and I look at it, I
won't
was
work.
like, and again, adult could be 30, could be
Right.
40, could be 15,
Right.
So just know that. But the saying, I am so sorry for this, and I'm going to do something different.
Right.
So,
Sorry, Becca sent me a message. It was funny.
oh, okay. It's funny or
I don't know if I'm supposed to say it on the podcast.
okay. So also Bailey's chiming in. Woo.
Can I
What is
take
that?
it?
She goes, for me, definitely. Oh, she also says, like the love language test, there's an apology test too. It's cool. I was like, oh, that's cool. What? You're trying to bail on me?
I can tinkle.
Okay, then go tinkle.
But I can give you my next. Okay.
Okay, but
All
I'm
right.
reading these things.
You got this.
It's also Bailey put in here. It's good to know how to love people the way they need and how to apologize the way they need it. That is fact. It's good to know that. Now, if you're not capable of that, then either you need to learn something different or that relationship is going to have a bumpy road. And I think realistically, if we're more open about that from the beginning, not like you don't have to be nude at the beginning of dating, not like the show, but it has, but in a sense, you have to be kind of raw and naked in your needs and your wants from the beginning. And if you can do that without being like a total like mushy, well, I just want to be loved and I just want people to understand my love language. Like, we don't need to do that. But it can having a conversation about emotions, having a conversation about your likes and dislikes, isn't that the same like going, what kind of movies do you like? What kind of music do you like? It's also it's like, what kind of, if somebody does something to you, and how do you like them to apologize? Why can't we have that kind of conversation? It should be as simple as asking what type of music they listen to or what's their favorite food. I feel like that's why, especially in this day and age, I think we're in a better place with technology because a lot of people are dating through apps.
Yeah.
So unless they're being catfished or they're lying, you can put on your profiles like, what is your apology?
What is your love language?
Yeah, what's your love language?
Yeah.
What's your favorite pizza? Like, you get to know kind of like, and weed out the people that's like, I'm not into giving that kind of an apology,
right.
So I'm kind of out.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to buy you a BMW because,
not today.
Because I was late coming home from work. I'm like, that's not going to happen. So,
can I give you a movie quote? This is from Becca. This is what she sent me.
Oh.
She said, "Forgiveness is more than saying sorry. To forgive is divine, so let's have a glass of wine and have makeup sex until the end of time." That's what pops. She said that's what pops in her head when she hears forgiveness. It's from a movie. Do you remember what it's from?
No. Why would I remember that? Is it
You've seen it.
What is it? Serendipity or something?
What?
I don't know. It sounds lame.
Oh, when I say it, you're going to be so mad at yourself.
It's not The Matrix, so.
Ugh, no. From Just Friends.
Is it really?
Yes.
That was a song, wasn't it? Wasn't it one of the songs she sang?
I don't remember. She says from Just Friends.
But wasn't it? I thought it was one of the songs that Ferris sang.
Oh, I think it was. Yes, she said yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, it was a song. I remember
Just
that.
Friends, best movie ever.
Yes,
I have to watch again, obviously.
that's a great movie.
Okay, ready for mine?
We got to push it again so that we know we're back on track.
Oh, wait, can we do another shot?
Yes, we can do whatever you like, especially if you don't touch buttons because you don't know what you're doing.
Advise me not.
It went too fast.
So we are on round 2 now of Advise Me Not because, again, we sent out an APB to the best resources we had. I think I'm going to concentrate on, the day before, like
that
posting.
makes the most sense.
Yeah, I'm a little behind on the social media stuff, but
And I don't do any.
this is round. Yeah, she doesn't do any of the prep stuff realistically. This is round 2 of Advise Me Not, and this is Sarah's subject because
And it's a conversation, not advice. So let's do this first.
Why? Is this going to be targeted at me again?
No. salud.
Slancheva. This is the second shot.
Okay. I actually took this from my rant and just moved it down. So, backstory.
Uh-oh.
We don't do holidays. Like, I've never done holidays ever in my entire life, right? We don't do like the traditional things.
You haven't. I mean, we say we. Yeah, you and your family growing up.
We haven't done
your
it,
siblings,
right?
yeah.
But what we have done since I think I've become an adult, probably since CJ was like 3 or 4, maybe 3, is we've always done something around this time of the week. And I'm going to try really hard not to cry, so don't look at me.
Mm-hmm.
So we've always done something this time of week.
This time of year.
No, this week in the year.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving week, right? We've always done something. We went to see people. We had a whole tradition. It was a thing. Last year, we didn't do anything. So my mom passed away 2 years ago, right? No, last year anyways, mom passed away like a year and a half ago. So last year we didn't do anything-ish, but we did take the kids out. We went shopping, so it was like more of a distraction. This year, nobody was home and we did nothing. And I woke up in tears yesterday, like just crying all day. Still hard. But like, I don't think I realized about how not having a tradition sucks. Like not having, hey, we're going to go do this because we do it every single year. Like how terrible it was this year, and I
I
didn't like it.
I didn't think you were gonna bring that up because I was really waiting for you to go through the whole thing before we talked about it because I have some I had some encouragement, but I don't think you were ready. I think you would have
No.
bawled in front of me.
I cried in the way of the store yesterday. I
Yeah.
cried in the morning. I
She
cried
wanted
all day yesterday.
She wanted something to do, but she knew that work was not going to help.
Right.
So she watched
We
football.
put on Scooter for a second so I can wipe my eyes.
Okay, so here's my interpretation because we've been together 11 years. So 11 years. And it's not about this being Thanksgiving week. It's not about the holiday. It's got nothing to do with that. It has to do, well, maybe in relation to it because our kids were always in school. And then at this time of year, they're not in school.
Right.
And all of your siblings, either their kids were younger or they didn't even have kids.
Right.
And so they were always kind of available. So this time of year was always a time that we got to see Grandma Jackie. That was, we'd go down, like either ship the kids off to her. And we'd go down there for a few days, but they'd be there for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever.
Right.
And we'd go down there and we'd hang out and we'd go do stuff. It's more of that. So traditions are important. And I feel like traditions are important as long as the tradition fits the group that you're in.
Yeah. Just keep talking.
Are you just leaving?
Yeah.
Okay. But the encouragement that I was trying to give Sarah, even though she left, was now it's our turn. Right? So now it's our turn to be available for our kids, their cousins, those humans, because at one point, in your mother's life, she decided to do that.
Right.
And be the hub for everyone to come to get together.
Yeah.
And was not that she was always there, because you could go to her house.
Right.
And she was like, I'm going to the casino.
Yeah.
But everybody was
going
still
to
at her house.
Leon's.
Yeah, I'm going down the road. I'm going to doing stuff. But everybody was there. So
Right.
she knew that like that was the hub.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where I was looking. I was like, we can look at it as a place of mourning and sadness, but also as opportunity.
Yes.
To make sure that our kids, all of them, I mean, can get together and do something and have all of them together.
Yeah.
Because realistically, I mean, maybe it's Thanksgiving week because everybody's off. Maybe it's the summer. Maybe it's
winter break.
I mean, you have to think about, here's my encouragement. Because last year we went to Disneyland.
Yes.
They were all there.
Right.
We're talking Ariel, Bailey, Mariah, CJ, Elise. We're all there.
Yeah.
Right? So we also have to remember, in September, we decided to have a party at some place downtown because I turned 50. They were all there.
Yes.
Okay. So it's to me, it's less of losing that and more of your mother passing on the baton.
I agree. I think it was more of like nothing happened, you know? Ugh, it's so annoying. Scooter's turn. So it's
I was talking the
I
whole
just need
time.
your face so people can't see me cry. So it was more of like there was so many, I don't know, there was no tradition, you know? And that was the part that was like, oh, it sucks.
We need
to make a new tradition.
traditions come from, but it doesn't have to be over this holiday.
It does.
Okay.
Something
Okay.
Something
Then,
has
okay.
to fill the hole because I
Okay.
can't keep doing this every year.
So I agree with that. Okay. So we will figure something out. So be warned, humans that listen to this now or in a podcast form or later.
You're sucked into tradition, whatever it is.
So the tradition might be we might do this. I mean, we might do like a free for all get together Zoom call with everybody that we know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be a day of something.
Yeah.
Because I have very strong feelings about this holiday, which it's one of my least favorites.
Yeah, I don't care about the holiday. It's about the time.
Yeah, because I feel like I won't get on. But the idea of everybody being available is kind of important. And that's kind of nice. I mean, I feel like that's a European thing. Like everybody's closed.
Right.
All right, so we go do stuff with family and friends. And so I really did like, there was a lot of Friendsgivings going on this week when it came to our kids. Some of our other family members, they did Friendsgiving stuff. I think that's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's important because a lot of people don't take enough time to hang out with all of their friends, their chosen family, instead of the family that you're forced to be related to because of DNA.
See, I like my DNA family and my chosen family. I like them all.
Right, but you're not. That's great for you.
I know,
but there's so many people that can't do that. Okay, so.
But I also think next year we're all going down to Visalia and we're renting a room and we're waking up at midnight and we're going to do Black Friday shopping in the middle of the night. I say waking up. We're just not going to go sleep.
Why Visalia?
Because for some reason, they're the only ones who still have midnight shopping at the outlet center in Tulare.
But by next year, nobody's going to be living in Visalia.
I don't care.
I'm just saying we're just going to pick that town that smells like poop.
It's cow manure, but yes, that's where we're going.
Smells like poop.
Yes. That's what we're doing.
I do miss
until I find something else. That's what we're doing.
And I do miss the tradition of I got a yearly pair of flip flops for so many years
and a sweater
and a hoodie. Like my Black Friday shopping was a hoodie and flip flops.
Yeah,
and I loved it.
We tried Sacramento. It just didn't feel the same. We did. We
felt...
did Delta Shores last year. We did the outlets the year.
Oh, yeah,
like it just doesn't.
No, it was weird.
It's just not right.
But again, it could be if you're with the right people.
I like the people we were with. It wasn't right.
Okay.
Sacramento's not it. Sorry, Sacramento. It's not the right vibe. I feel like if I go have a spiked hot chocolate in Sacramento, I'm going to jail.
Maybe.
Visalia, Tulare.
They're like,
it's just the norm.
You got whiskey? Yeah, I got vodka. What do you got? It did feel like that.
Yeah.
And it felt very, how do I say, non-white.
Yes.
So it did.
Sorry, Northern California, but yeah.
It really felt, there was a lot of families.
Yeah.
A lot of, you didn't feel like you need to protect your wallet.
Right. Seriously, middle of the night, I was fine.
No, it just I have very strong opinions about that too.
Like, but not having a tradition, and the funny thing is, like winter break, it's a whole nother thing for us. Like we've always for so many years we've done the same thing for Thanksgiving break, like the same thing. Winter break's different. We've like it migrates and we go see different people, so it's like a whole. It's never the same, but Thanksgiving was always the exact same. And last year didn't hit me. This year was like, knocked me out. And Becca texted me and said, no, she cried also.
Yeah, last year was, I think, it was too
new,
fresh of a wound at that point.
Yeah.
Because every day was sad.
Right.
So that makes sense. And that's what, I mean, I like.
And then seeing Leon didn't help. Freaking Leon. Ugh. That didn't help me.
I miss that guy too.
Oh, man. So, yeah, Thanksgiving sucked. Day of wasn't awesome.
What's the actual topic?
It was just a conversation of not having tradition sucks. That was the statement that I wrote down.
All right.
With an exclamation mark.
So anybody that's watching or listening, do you have traditions that you do during
that you like?
That, you know,
or that you started this year? What are they?
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like young families, especially young families, start traditions usually during holiday seasons.
Yeah.
That's when they start like saying, oh, we always
from now on we're gonna do this.
We always stay home and people come to my house, or we always go to so and so's, or That's when, especially when you, I mean, not when you're young adults, and then once you have a child, your traditions really start.
Right.
So I'm just wondering. I mean, if you're
Because
not,
winter break
doesn't have to be in the chat. Could be in
winter
the
break
comments.
we're going somewhere, but next year we're not doing this again.
No,
I'll watch football wherever I'm at, but I can't do it here.
we're going somewhere winter break.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Pretty sure we are.
You're just making that up.
I
right
haven't
now.
asked anybody yet, but I'm pretty sure we're going down to Central Coast.
Oh, that good to know.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling me. That's nice.
You're welcome.
Thanks for planning all that with everybody else, and then just
I haven't planned
hey,
it with a single person.
it's just going on in your brain.
Nobody knows it. Rebecca says we go to the in-laws in matching fancy outfits. No one else dresses up. That's the most Rebecca Bell thing I've ever heard her say. And they looked friggin' adorable, by the way. It was her and her two littles were all matching, and it was so cute.
What
Did I
about
show you this
what
picture?
about the dad?
She didn't send me a picture of Big Orville. Did he dress up, Becca?
I was like, seriously,
Who just got off work? So I don't know.
that's a good one.
And Bailey says, I was saying he matched too. They are like the most like cutest matchy bougie family I've ever known. Everything they do is adorable. Every outfit my niece wears has a bow that matches. It's amazing.
It's ridiculous.
I can't do it. I don't know how.
Absolutely ridiculous.
It's adorable.
Ridiculous.
Adorable.
No, it's true. It's so cute.
And then Bailey says, we don't have any traditions for Thanksgiving. This year we hosted both sides of the family. Probably not going to be a tradition.
Yeah. So, I mean, try them out. Try out traditions.
Yeah.
Like, try something new out. If it doesn't work, it's not a tradition. It's just something we tried.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like because I do recall, I mean, this time of year, everybody, at least a good mix of your siblings, were sitting around a table playing a board game.
Yeah. So everyone did Thanksgiving usually with their in-laws because we don't do Thanksgiving, right? And then Friday we did Black Friday shopping and then we had dinner.
Yeah, but
And
usually we ended up, that's what we'd end
Yeah.
up doing, like some random stupid game.
Yes.
We'd
Or
be-
a weird movie that I haven't
Yes.
seen in years.
Yeah.
And drinks and hanging out. But that was like always, it's been the thing. Legit, Rebecca and I have been Black Friday shopping since I lived in Fresno. Like it's been
Oh, I've been there for
14
many of them.
years
Many
that
of
we
them.
go Black Friday shopping.
I've seen her purchase a store before.
Whew. This year she didn't buy anything. But yeah, that's been our tradition for so long of Rebecca stopped buying stuff and she's like, I need these things. I'm like, no, you don't. Like it's been our tradition for so long. But to go in Sacramento, it just doesn't feel the same. It's not
as
right.
It's a little spread out too.
Yeah.
Here in Sacramento.
It's just not the same vibe.
But down there, is it Tulare, right?
Two, Larry.
Tulare is where we ended up going
Yeah.
every year for like a decade.
Yeah. Becca says she's down for next year. We're going, Becca. Even if Naomi doesn't live there, we're gonna just get a
Just stay down
hotel
there.
and just stay in poopy Tulare and go
Poopy.
shopping.
You says cow manure.
Manure.
Manure. No,
But yeah,
I'm
I
down
don't
with
like
it.
not having tradition.
I mean, because I used to do Black Friday shopping just because some of the people I was their partner like thought it was something amazing. But I don't know. This time of year, I've always had the experience of the pressure of hosting or pressure of cooking, the pressure of being around family members that you're like, I don't even know who this person is. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
I just felt like, why are we doing this?
Like
Right?
we had nobody this year saying this is only Becca's gonna get this. But like nobody complained about how white Naomi's cooking was this year. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
my
no one
gosh.
complained why there's marshmallows and everything or why this weird casserole exists because someone taught her how to make it.
Because
But-
white people, that's what they do for
But, like-
Thanksgiving. They do turkey and everything else that's bland and
Right?
sugary.
Like there's just so many things that I didn't realize that I missed. Like even Leon making a whole spread of things I didn't realize that I missed.
Oh, Leon's spread of meats.
Right.
We're talking a spread of meats.
Meat and collard greens and just
Oh.
everything they did. I just didn't realize how much that I
So
missed.
again, it's more of a passing of a baton at this point. Like the
Yeah.
baton never got passed, and now it's time.
Yeah. And also, like, all three of the kids were like, Mama, I'm old enough to go Black Friday shopping now at midnight. And I was like, I know, we got to find some place to go now because Sacramento sucks. This isn't the place. But and I think that's the part where like even they want the tradition of what we used to do. And I'm like, I don't know how to do it here. It's not something I'm comfortable with here.
Right.
So I just have to figure out. Again, we're going to stay in Tulare in a friggin' hotel so we can go shopping next year.
That's what we do. I'm down.
Okay.
I like adventures.
Tulare adventures.
Yeah.
Oof. Anyways, hopefully I didn't make anybody cry, but here we are. You guys can cry with me.
Yeah. Give us a call. We'll cry with you.
I won't. I cry in private.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Hmm.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, in public sometimes too. It's totally fine.
I did cry at the store.
Yeah, there you go.
That was embarrassing.
All right, this is your topic.
That was it. That's all I had.
Okay.
Oh, Bailey says, talk about that crying. Why, Bailey? Why? Crying? I hate crying. But I also know that it's needed. I don't like crying in front of other people.
That's understandable. I mean, because it is probably your most vulnerable moment.
Yes.
Right?
If you've seen me cry, we must be close because I hate crying in front of people.
Oh, we're close.
Yeah. Ugh.
No, realistically, it's like it's a purging of you need to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's. I think we've had this even conversation on this podcast before. It's the strongest human beings on the planet cry.
Yes.
Do you know why? Because they care.
Yes.
Strong people care.
It's true.
Weak people shut themselves off.
I am weak a lot. I'll be honest. I should probably cry more than I do. But I don't like, because I feel like, again, it's like a showing of weakness to other people, and I don't like it.
But I always feel like gosh dang, that was a lot of nothing. The opportunity to grow, you have to break stuff down. Like,
yeah.
So, I don't know. As I cry.
You cry all the time.
But I also get angry all the time.
That's true. We were watching Izzy's World yesterday, which is a show about koalas.
Dang, bro.
I thought it would make me emotional, but Scooter was in tears before the show even started. Like, they showed the beginning scenes, and I'm like, why are you crying? It's koalas. They're so cute.
It's not even about being cute.
It wasn't. It was the connection.
Yeah, like the human, like, certain humans are crap, okay? Humans are crap in general, right? But some of them are not. And there's more senses than the basic 5, right? That's why bees can sense fear. Right. Dogs bark at certain people. You're like, he's always been a good dog. Well, that person's probably not good. Or doesn't click with that. But when it comes to a being of some sort that sees that in another being, and they're just like, I just want to hug you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to let go of that. And I'm like, that's how we should be. That's where crying comes from. And it's like, I need to cry, so I just need to cry.
Yeah.
So I can move forward.
That's what got him. There was a koala who was holding on to this little girl, and the girl's like, I have to go to school. And the koala's like, no, I love you. And was holding on to her. It was so cute.
But, like, put her like this, and then the koala just did,
like, reached back out
just
for her.
rizzed.
And he
like, went over, hugged around, and then, like, just snuggled in. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me?
So cute. Izzy's World is adorable, but you have to like kids because it's all about a little girl.
It has the tone of a kid, and that kind of stuff. But no.
Rebecca said, those military homecoming videos get me every time. They're like 5 seconds and she's crying. I hate those videos. They're terrible.
Here's my cynicism. I feel like so many of those are fake.
You can't fake the kids' reaction though.
That's not true.
Those kids are not good enough to react that way.
But I'm just saying, you don't know.
They're not.
I'm just saying.
We've met kids.
Some of them did it for the gram.
The parents for sure. The kids, I don't think so much.
Right.
Oop.
The fake
Bailey
ones
says, if you cry at everything, pull it together. But I think vulnerability and crying is so important. I definitely get having your people that you can be vulnerable with is so good.
I don't cry around people that I mean,
He doesn't cry in public.
if I don't trust, you're not in my circle,
Yeah.
you ain't getting a cry from me.
No.
You're getting stoic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like almost mean.
yeah, it's like, I mean, I'm pretty stoic, but I was like, but on here, I'm very vulnerable. I feel like I can be vulnerable because I'm talking to my life partner here.
Yeah.
So it's like, I get vulnerable here. But when it comes to, it's kind of like opposite. A lot of people put on a show for here and then they're vulnerable off camera.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit of the opposite. Like when it comes to, I can be very rigid and very decently militant almost when it comes to how I perform things. And I don't let people in. I have a close circle. And I think that's where this podcast came from, because you've cried more on camera.
I had more crap happen in the last couple
Okay,
of years.
but then
I'm a G. I don't cry.
But then you've cried more on this camera than most people have probably ever seen in your whole life.
That's true.
So we have to look at it that way. It's like, you do need to get together. If you're crying about everything, it's like, you need to freaking pull up your boots and, it's like, and I feel like we talk about this with the soft, I think we talked about last week,
generation,
the soft workforce or whatever. It's like, you can cry about it, but you still got to get up and do the work.
Yeah.
Right. But you don't cry about it at work, or you don't cry about,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't like this podcast because it makes my robot, like, because I am the robot. Like, no one sees me cry. And the fact that you guys have seen me cry this much is like, it hurts my feelings.
That's a lot.
I try really hard not to cry in this podcast.
Yeah, you do.
But sometimes I just can't hold it back.
Yeah, sometimes you do. But I was like, some things make you cry.
If we would have done this podcast yesterday, I would have been a friggin' wreck.
Oh, for sure.
I wouldn't have gone through it.
But also, if I was watching that koala show with somebody besides you, I wouldn't have cried.
That's true.
I would have been making jokes.
Right.
I'd be like, wow, that's so cute. All right, oh, look at that kid. That kid's annoying.
Right.
Why does she talk like that? That's probably where I would have been.
Yeah.
But with you, I was kind of like, whoa. I can kind of let my guard completely down.
Yeah.
When I'm with certain people, and you're one of them. I think my circle is pretty small.
Yeah.
When it comes to those, but it's probably larger than most.
Probably.
Because some people don't cry in front of anybody.
That's the goal.
That's weird.
Just kidding. Where's Becca? That's the goal.
And I've seen Rebecca cry too.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is Rebecca was like the biggest crier that I've, like, when we grew up, she cried over everything. And now she's like, I don't want to cry in front of people.
Not a lot of people have seen her cry.
No.
Yeah. I ain't got time for that.
No, she doesn't. But when she cries, it's like alligator tears is what we used to call
it's a
them.
lot.
Yeah. It's the saddest thing in the world.
Oh, that's true.
Ugh. Anyways, that's all I had. That was it. But in the next 5 years, I want to put out that I'm going to Australia and holding a koala. Putting it in the universe.
So you don't have to
4
go.
years is Ireland. 5 years is Australia.
You don't have to go to Australia to hold a koala, right?
But why would you? And that's where they're at.
Okay. So are all the big spiders and all the things that
Yeah.
could kill you.
Yeah. I agree with that statement.
Like, you just go use the restroom. You're dead.
I agree with what you're saying. The dingo stole your baby.
Well, we don't have any babies left, so.
That's right. But I feel like it's weird to hold a koala not in Australia. Like, those are at a zoo.
No, I agree with you 1,000%. I'm down. I'd love to go to Australia.
Yeah. But it's a very long flight. Like 17 hours.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Don't you just go that way? Just go west.
All right. You try that out, flat earther. Just go
left.
Go left.
It's fine.
Just go left.
Anyways, put in the universe. Also, just a reminder, we're in travel buying season. So if it's Black Friday and Alaska's doing buy one, get one free tickets.
True.
If you're going to like Jamaica, Cabo, Mexico, Bahamas, I think. Those areas. They're buy one, get one free tickets. United is doing like $600 off packages. So if you want to go somewhere nice, they're doing $600 off packages.
Want to
And,
go somewhere nice,
well, I mean,
not expensive.
if you're
but
coming to
nice.
Sacramento, it's the same price. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
don't.
just saying.
Mhm.
If you're going to like a resort, it's off. And I think that's it. Becca said there's a sanctuary in South Carolina for koalas. Mm.
I figured you'd probably know that by now, but
I just want to go to Australia.
no, let's go.
Eat Vegemite. Just kidding.
I've had that. It's not that good.
I don't want it. I was
No,
just
it's not
kidding.
that good.
No,
Because you can get it in the States.
I don't want it. It
No,
looks
it's-
weird.
It's not good.
But I do want to go to Australia. I am scared. I'll be honest. The spiders are the size of dinner plates.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen, Australians just don't care. They
No.
just like move them from their house.
Well, because they're not going to hurt you,
Right.
but they are annoying.
Right. So scared. But how else do you get over your fears? By living through them. Living through them.
You taking notes. Living through them.
Now, when you read this, it's going to be shorthand.
Okay. When I read your notes.
All right, so before we go, I need one more favor from the whole crowd. Next year, is it next year? Is our 40th birthday. By I mean me and my besties,
Okay.
not Scooter. We need a place to go that's local-ish in the U.S. You don't need a passport, obviously, but has like good drinks and good food.
What if you're not from the United States? Then you do need a passport.
Well, they are from the United States.
Oh.
So that's it. Tell us your recommendations.
Nashville.
Not Vegas. Nashville? I think Christina just got back from Nashville. I don't think she wants to go back right now.
Well, too bad.
She just did Nashville. Becca said Miami. Ooh, maybe.
Oh, come on.
Olympia, Washington. Party in Olympia.
Why? I mean, I've been to Tampa. I did visit Miami like one day, I think.
I think Austin would be fun.
Miami was, I don't think it's, if you've been to Miami, if you've been to most Florida resort places,
Yeah.
they are not what you think they are.
Really, I just need Valerie to chime in. 'cause
There's just a lot of
she's the extra.
club music and people with no clothes on.
That's not fun.
No, I'm just saying for a 40th,
Yeah.
for a 25th, or a 30th, maybe.
Yeah.
But I was like,
And we don't want to do
Miami.
Vegas. Vegas isn't the vibe. I still think we should like Catalina Island or like Cancun. Puerto Rico. She won't do that either. It's too
well,
far.
that's, yeah.
Aspen? Is that in Colorado? Colorado?
What about that? All right. So, I mean, let's,
I like the ideas though. What?
yeah,
We're getting ideas.
crowdfunding.
Crowdsourcing. Ooh, Hawaii. I know. We've still never been to Hawaii.
Hawaii is so crazy expensive.
Yeah.
You could go to Mexico for less, like
Yeah.
half.
Yes.
You can go to Mexico all-inclusive resort
But
for
it's,
half.
the flight to Hawaii is not bad. It's the stay and the food that gets expensive.
Mhm.
So, but maybe Hawaii is on the list.
It's always an option, but I was just like I just feel like when we went to Puerto Vallarta and just stayed
Yeah.
there for 3 days and it was all-inclusive, it was like half the price of
That's
going
true.
to Hawaii.
And that was good.
It was
The
great.
taxi was psychotic, but other than that, it
Well,
was
that
good.
was,
Thought we were gonna die.
yeah, that was insane.
See, she said U.S. I know Valerie will not go to Mexico. I've tried,
Which is strange.
but I also think I'm gonna kidnap Valerie and take a pre-40th 40 vacation. Just me and her,
Who?
Valerie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You get them to explore other countries.
I can't. It's not. I think I could get them to go to like Scotland and
Iceland.
Ireland. No, I think I could do Scotland. I think I could get them there.
Reykjavik.
Reykjavik.
Whatever.
Reykjavik.
Rake your Vic.
I could not get them to Australia because of the bugs. She would die.
Yeah.
She can't do spiders
But they
whatsoever.
camp all the time.
Yeah, but she can't do spiders.
Huh.
She would die.
All right.
But Scotland, I think we could do. Well, thanks for vacationing planning with us.
If that's, I guess that's what
It
this
made the
segment
tears
was about.
stop.
Yeah, she was just she was reaching for any subject to stop talking about what we were talking about.
Ah,
Crazy enough.
yeah.
She does that.
Oh, I don't. Oh, wait. I had a question.
What are you talking about?
The giveaway question.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so here's the giveaway question. And let's just say this question is sponsored by Yaya's Embroidery.
Yeah.
Because Urel gets all of these questions before any of you schlubs.
I feel like this is kind of an easy question, though.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Last week, I talked
boy.
about going away for work. I mean, I thought a couple answers to this question. How did I almost die? Couple answers you could do. It's a rough week.
You mean during the trip, before
yeah,
the trip?
during the trip.
Or yesterday?
How did I almost die during the trip?
There's multiple answers.
There are multiple answers
to this, so either answer will totally work. Because I know of, I think probably 3.
It's true. It was a scary trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Pun intended.
That's too much. All right, but we will do this again next week. Hopefully, we'll do a live while we're traveling.
In Philly.
I'm going to try and get my equipment and out there and doing that. So, if you're in Philadelphia, which I don't think anybody watches the show is, come say hi.
We're gonna stick up Philadelphia. Sticker it up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We'll bring our little stickers. They're,
Not like weapons, but like a stickers.
no, that'd be stick it up.
That's what I said.
Whoa, stick up.
At first I said stick up, and then I said sticker it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's put some stickers out there.
Yeah.
So maybe we will have some viewers by then. Wow, I'm hunched over today.
See?
Oh,
Not
my
me
back.
today.
All right. We will see you when we see you,
Yeah.
probably in person or next week.
Yes.
Until then, make sure to show up in person, guys. Say hi to each other. Be good to each other. Stay safe. Just don't be a jerk.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
And I loved it. Bye.
Okay, bye.